So hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel again on the another video. Today our target will be converting of small amount into the big amount. So today I will convert 800 rupees to the 10,000 rupees plus. So let's start it. So I have placed trade here in downward direction of 800 rupees because the reason was very simple. The major trend was in the downward direction and the previous candle had the wick on the both sides in upward and downward. So that's why there was a pressure of sellers too, and as you can see here was the supply zone, here was the demand zone too. That's why I have placed two trades in the downward direction, and I am definitely sure that this candle will become a Marubuzu candle. Done. Sure shot guys. So now I will do second step compounding. I have placed it in a downward direction because the reason was very simple. This candle, the previous candle already broke the level, and the previous candle had the small wick, and that's why I have placed it in downward direction. And as you can see here was the pattern was forming, like a red green pattern was forming, and it is now breaking. That's why I have placed it in the downward direction. And in the next candle I will use third step compounding amount in the upward direction because our pattern is breaking, and I will use in upward direction. Done. I have placed it in upward direction too because our pattern was formed here, and that's why I have placed it in upward direction. And here was the level also, horizontal level, and I am marking it as a rectangle in this region. So let's see what's happened. This is going to be sure shot. And along with this, our third step compounding is also going to fulfill. So now I will use fourth step compounding in downward direction. Yeah, I have placed it. Let me see. Done. I have placed trade here in downward direction because our SS pattern was formed. That's why I have placed in the downward direction, and the previous candle was the Marubozu candle. And that Marubozu candle didn't break our two previous candles, and didn't broke the entire level, and that's why I have placed it in downward direction. And there was candlestick psychology also. So our fourth step compounding is also done. Now I will try to do fifth step compounding if I get opportunity in another currency pair. I will change the amount. So I will place it here because I am seeing an opportunity. I'm seeing the level. I got an opportunity. Let me draw the levels here. Here is the very SSNR level. So I will place trade in upward direction after closing of this candle, or I will wait for some time. I will place trade in next candle. Because this candle already formed as a Marubozu candle. Because this candle already formed as a Marubozu candle, that's why I will analyze. I will wait for some time and I will place trade in downward direction. And if our trade gets lost, then I will use MTG. Simple. Done. I have placed trade in downward direction because the reason was very simple. The major trend was in the downward direction, that's why I have placed it in the downward direction. The second reason was that the strong horizontal level was below this level, that's why I have placed it in downward direction. But there are chances that this candle could become this candle can be a green candle, because of the previous candle had the wick, some sort of wick. So I will place MTG with safety margin. Yeah, I have placed MTG in downward direction because the candle of the previous ones had the wick in the upward direction that's why I have placed it in the downward direction, and I am definitely sure from this point this candle will reverse. This candle market should reversal from this point. So let's see. Done. Last moment win, guys. At the last moment we have successfully completed our 4-step compounding along with the massive profit. So that's it for today. Bye bye.